Jenny's pickup truck, rhododendrons in our mailbox. So I finally figured out how things go, Dan. You kick back, videotape, and let the girls do all the work. Cut up the fish, cook the fish, except you like cooking your own fish with butter. There's another kid over there in her pajamas cleaning up.
I've been doing school all day.
Cleaning up a big mess. When I walk around the house before, in an earlier video, if you go back and look at it, there's a great big ugly bush here. It only took a couple of hours to dig it out of the ground, roots and all. And as you can see, the dirt here looks like your sand pile. It's all gravel and dirt mixed, so you can't just shove your shovel in the ground to dig. What I needed was a pickaxe. That might have made life easier. Interestingly, I talked to Craig Purdycone today, and he said you never smile in your videos. Which is kind of funny because you did a video just for me of you smiling. So I told him he needed to go and look at all your videos again, and he'll find the one of you smiling. As you can see, there's a lot more traffic on our street. Interestingly enough, I think they're opening things back up a little. They never really did much here because we're a small town out in the countryside. It's not popular, so nobody visits here for any reason. And those that did only come during wine season, which is in the fall. So, luckily for us, it kept the disease out of our town. So I hope the relaxing regulations there work out well for you guys. You're out in the middle of nowhere, so I think you're about in the same boat as we are. So I'll leave this a short video. I'm too tired to do anything else today. I hope you got a chance to let your daughter see the silly bunny videos. Catherine helped me film them. This is filthy short sleeve Steve, all sweaty and a mess from digging and digging and digging and digging. At least they're cleaning up for me. I don't know what Catherine found, but I think, oh, she dropped her glasses on the ground. I thought she found a penny. I found a penny. I'll wash it off and see what year it is. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's early for you. Enjoy your whole day, actually. And your sunset video was beautiful. The sky going down was just great. When we get a really good sunset here, I'll film that for you. Talk to you later. Hey there, Dingaland Dan. This is the end of the bush out front. Big ugly bush. Took me 2 days to dig it out. Get all the roots out, get all the brush out. And I put it on here probably about 5 minutes ago, so it's only going to take about 15-20 minutes to burn down the ash. As you can see behind it are little visual for our garden is getting along. I'm halfway there. It's a lot harder to get the little stones into the ground, but I'm getting a good pace at it, figuring out what the problems were. So I should be able to get another 25% of it done today, and then there'll only be a short little bit left. You can see where I mowed along here. Makes it easy having the stones in the ground. I can just use my mower, come over and mow around it right up to the mess, and then the garden will be in there. That'll all be flowers in a few weeks. Bought some plants to put in the ground. Tell you about those when I get them. Yes, you have some planted there. Cleaned out our above ground box. It's mainly for herbs, so I can come out of the kitchen and grab some things. The onions are doing well, the oregano is doing well, the rosemary is doing well. If I remember correctly, that's just parsley, and that's a garlic. I got a project going into the back. This looks like it's under control for the time being, so I'm going to go ahead and walk back there. I'd take you on a tractor ride, but you wouldn't be able to hear a thing while I walked. Now I have this little broken set to do. That'll be hard because the ground's kind of uneven, and I'll have to level that out. One of the things I bought is another grape. We have a white grape that seems to only be good for juice, and it goes all the way across to here. Over here I put up beams so we can grow more grapes, and I bought Concord grapes. Our neighbor has some. She tried to give me a cutting. It didn't take. Once it does take, well, once I plant the ones that I bought, they should work pretty good. I see the deer have been here already this morning. These are blueberries. I put up a fairly good fence piece, I thought. It doesn't look like they chewed it down too badly. I'll have to figure out a way to anchor these into the ground. So, taking from your handiwork that I see in your videos, I made what looks like a chicken coop. But it's not, because we already have a chicken coop. But we have a problem with deer. So we have to figure out a way to keep the deer out of our garden. And this one's not very big, but we got a giant hinged door. And I'll get Catherine to help me till this out. It's about 10 by 10. And I'm going to plant the things that the deer like, mainly tomatoes. I got free tomatoes given to me by a local garden group. They normally would be selling them off after they get theirs in the ground. Problem is, nobody's out because of the coronavirus, so they got hundreds of plants left over. So since Jenny's sews with one of the ladies in there, she's been driving over asking us if we wanted anything, and brought us some tomato plants and some basil. There's the buck box. Yes, those are quail. Buck buck. Buck buck. Buck, buck. See, they're kind of friendly. Buck, buck. Come here. I got stuff. Got a little staircase. A lot of the time they come over here. They think I'm one of the people that's going to feed them, so they come up here on the steps. And they come and sit on these branches. So at the back of the yard, there's my fire. Still looks like it's under control. And there's our normal chicken coop. Jenny's slowly clearing it out. She thinks she wants chickens. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we should just borrow a few people's chickens for a while and then see if she likes them. I talked earlier about some plants in one of my first videos, probably my first video, that were called devil spears or devil arrows. I tried to describe them. These are them. Very unusual looking things. Look like daffodil plants when they first are growing, and they grow these. In a couple of days, the bees will be all over them. I won't be able to approach them. I don't know whether that looks better in my shadow or better in the bright sun. And this is my chestnut tree. As you can see, I told you it was going to have all these bright red flowers all over it, and it was going to look real good. That's it. And surprisingly, the flowers bring a lot of weight, and these were over my head just a few days ago, and now they're dragging down. And when they get the nuts on them, it'll drag them down even more. And when they're at their lowest point, I trim all the branches back, hoping that they won't be weighted down so much that the people have to walk around them. But every year I come back and they're still down, banging you in the head as you walk by. Here's one of our few azalea plants. They're very different than out here than they are in Maryland, which are just like a tight little bush. Out here they grow very branchy, and they all stand out loosely. Covers much larger area. They almost look like a flowering tree. Small one. I'm looking at the cherries. The flowers have already gone, but I was trying to see if I could see any little cherries. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a cherry there. I'm not sure if I'm looking at the right branch. There it is. Sorry it took so long. But it's got cherries on there. Seem to be millions of cherries. I can smell my fire. You get a lot of junk in the surf that you gotta burn. I get a lot of branches. These trees out here, because of the weather, just grow and grow and grow and grow, and every little nook and cranny inside of them fills up with more branches. Yeah, that's supposed to be one stalk on a tree, but it's now dozens of stalks. So I keep cutting them back, and I get a pile, and I end up burning it, and I burn it slowly on my little fire. Since I'm in town, they kind of regulate how much you burn or how you burn. So with little fire pit here, it is a different regulation. It's as if I'm just doing this to cook hot dogs or sit around, so they don't seem to have a problem with it, even though I make the fires awful big. And as you can see, most of it's burned away already. That's still pretty solid. Oops. Sure, I messed up on filming that. Some of that's still kind of hot. I was trying to break that middle piece. And that's about it for the early burn. So this is Short Sleeve Steve saying goodbye to Dingaland. Dan, hope your day is as pretty as this is. We have a gorgeous day today. Maybe I'll be able to go out into the mountain area and film a little better shot of the hills around here. So, signing off.